Today, you are invited here to pause, breathe, and listen, not with the ears, but with the soul. Because flowers aren't just nature's beauty, they are silent messengers of hidden truths. Through this presentation, inspired by the mother, Mira Alfasa, let us know how every petal holds a meaning and a divine whisper. Let us dive into the sacred garden and unveil the hidden truths.
Whispers of the divine, the mother's secret language of flowers, giving the best meanings to the bloom and good colors of someone's courageous fire. Some radiant colors of life we present today. Oh, what a beautiful morning it is. Also, today it's Meher's anniversary. Let me join the party.
Happy anniversary, Meher. I bought this beautiful bouquet of hibiscus flowers specially for you.
Thank you, Tara. These look absolutely stunning. And I chose tulips for you. I found them cheerful and full of life. They are really vibrant. I love how each flower has its own charm.
I chose white lilies for you, calm and graceful, something I truly admire in you.
You girls have truly made my day special. These flowers are so different, yet each one feels meaningful in its own way.
Wait, did I just hear someone gifting lilies and hibiscus for an anniversary? I chose them because they look beautiful. See, that's what I always hear people saying. Most of the people admire only the appearance of a flower, but just like the names given by our parents carry a special meaning, flowers too hold a deep symbolic significance.
Oh, really? We didn't think much beyond appearance when gifting flowers.
Actually, yes. Each flower has its own meaning. They all carry a different and unique essence. That's what the mother said in a speech, which I came across during a project in my school called Reflection. Today, we don't just step into a garden of consciousness. We step into a garden of colors and scents, where each flower speaks, not in words, but in the whispers of the soul. So, ask yourself, which flower called out to you? What did it say? Will you carry its message with you into the day, into the world, through the words of the mother, Mira Alfasa?
Let us now walk this divine path through 10 sacred flowers explained by the mother.
Also, kind attention audience, be attentive as there will be a fun and short quiz at the end of the presentation. Let the presentation begin. All of you present here today, have you ever looked at a hibiscus and wondered, what is this flower really trying to say? Well, today, it's saying something bold. This isn't just a flower, it's a whole message. This is a hibiscus and it symbolizes power. Not a power that pushes people around, not the loud and dramatic one, but the one that is rooted deep inside our soul. The kind of power that is silent yet unshakable. To most people, it's just a bright tropical bloom. But the mother described it as a strength that comes from inner calm and divine will. And I know my fellow friends here would agree that kindness, beauty, and even growth, they all need one thing at their core, that is strength. Now let me ask you, do you have the strength to be kind even when it's the hardest? When things get messy, stressful, or unfair, can we still choose peace? Yes, we absolutely can. Because real power is a practice. It's in pausing when you want to react, in standing firm without raising your voice, in staying kind even when it's the last thing you feel like doing. So let us cast ourselves into this strength. Let us become strong, grounded, and powerful, just like the hibiscus.
Marigold, the strength of plasticity. Bright like the sun, the marigold stands for plasticity, but its strength is not in hardness, it's in plasticity. The power to bend, not to break, to adapt, to evolve, to rise. Plasticity is the soul's flexibility to change with grace, to grow through challenges, to align with something that is greater than yourself. When life shifts beneath your feet, can you bend like this marigold and not break? Think of a time when life tested your strength. Did you harden or did you break? Did you resist or did you grow? Because in that bending, we don't lose ourselves. We find a deeper and a stronger version of who we are.
What is true love? Is it care? Is it kindness? Is it always standing by someone? Yes, but there's something even deeper. The mother once quoted, "The rose stands for the sweetness of devotion, love for the divine." This love doesn't expect anything. It simply gives, quietly, sincerely, and with a full heart. That is what devotion is. Devotion to truth, to goodness, to the light within. So next time you see a rose, pause for a moment. Remember what it truly means. To love without asking, to give without waiting, to live with devotion. That is love for the divine.
The sunflower turns unceasingly towards the sun. Have you ever noticed why in motivational videos they show sunflowers? Because to the mother, it meant aspiration, the soul's yearning for the divine's light. It reminds us to keep reaching, growing, and stretching towards something higher, even when clouds cover the sky. Did you know a sunflower can have very good benefits? It improves inner focus. It encourages inner and emotional strength and optimism. And let's not forget, keep fresh sunflowers near your working place as a reminder of inner light. Keep fresh sunflowers beside you while meditating to connect to the divine.
Lavender remembers of the divine grace. Imagine you are feeling nervous before a test. You sit quietly, hold a lavender flower in your hand, and as you smell its sweet scent, you realize, I am not alone. The divine grace is with me. And suddenly you feel calm and ready for the day. So lavender reminds us even when the life is difficult or we feel lost, the divine's grace is always with us like a quiet, invisible support. It calms our mind and symbolizes inner purity and protection, a gentle reminder to trust the divine. We can calm our mind and apply this in our daily lives by meditating and practicing yoga. So the next time you encounter lavender, don't just admire its beauty, but inhale its essence and feel its calming presence. And remember that it carries deeper meaning of purity and devotion. And let the language of lavender speak to your heart.
The petunia, gentle and simple, holds a profound message: balance. The mother taught balance is the quiet harmony between mind, emotion, and spirit. Balance is not stillness, it is dancing through life without falling. In a world of noise, can we stay centered? Balance is not about equal time, it's about presence. In our personal life, we crave depth, warmth, and belonging. In our professional life, we seek purpose, impact, and growth. Balance is choosing connection without guilt, devotion without closing self, and ambition without abandonment of heart. Balance is not perfection, it is daily return to what matters the most.
This is a magnolia. Can anyone guess what does it symbolize? Yes, ma'am? Yes, that's the correct answer. Can we have a huge round of applause for ma'am? The magnolia reflects nobility, not of title, but of soul. The mother said, nobility is quiet dignity, born of praise and inner strength. To be noble is to choose compassion over pride, kindness over ego. Remember, nobility is a slow and continuous process of growth and self-improvement. By practicing nobility, we can surely cultivate a more noble character and a positive impact on the world around us.
Soft in appearance, the frangipani represents immortality. The mother once said, it is the eternal truth of the soul, parts of us that never dies. The frangipani teaches that beauty and truth can live even in transient. In other words, even if the world changes, but if we live with sincerity, love, and peace, like the frangipani, then our life, though short, can reflect eternal beauty and divine truth. It refers to the timeless consciousness within us, the soul, which continues through births and lives in the divine truth. It symbolizes about the peace of the immortal inner self, the divine presence that never fades, the soul that lives beyond death. When we live with truth, we live in peace. So, let us not chase moments, but live from the eternal core within.
When you look at a tulip, it might not seem very special at first. It's not the biggest flower and it's not the brightest either. But somehow, it still catches your attention. It stands straight. It doesn't try to show off. And that's exactly what makes it different. The mother believed that this flower had a message. To her, it represented a way of thinking, a mindset that's calm, clear, and focused. It's called the perfect attitude. That doesn't mean trying to be perfect all the time, but it means doing things with the right intention, staying steady when things get hard, and not needing approval from others to feel good about yourself. The tulip grows quietly. It doesn't wait for the perfect weather. It doesn't complain when it rains. It just simply grows. That's the kind of strength we often forget about. Being kind without expecting something back. Doing our best even when no one's watching. Choosing peace over drama. Now think about it. Can we live like that? Can we have an attitude that stays strong but doesn't need to be loud? I believe we can. If we focus on what truly matters, we don't need to impress anyone. We just need to stay true to ourselves. Because sometimes the quietest ones are the strongest of all. They don't show off. They don't compete. But when it's time to rise, they rise. Steady and sure. The tulip doesn't try to be more than it is. But still, it inspires. That's the kind of attitude I want to live with. Not loud, not perfect, but honest and unshakable.
Rooted deep in mud below, untouched, the lotus blooms and grows. From darkness brings a quiet light, a soul awakened, pure and bright. Through hardships grasp it learns to rise, in silence rent beneath the skies. A gentle bloom serene and free, a mirror found true beauty wakes. A light no shadow can ever break. With every petal wisdom's grace unfolds in silence, time and space. The lotus is a sacred symbol to the mother, a profound emblem of spiritual opening and the awakening of consciousness in serene silence and radiant beauty. The lotus teaches us that despite being anchored in difficult circumstances, we possess the inherent capacity to transcend and flourish, embodying inner poise, resilience, and transcendent elegance.
Each flower you have seen, each name you heard, isn't more than just beauty. The mother once said, to speak the language of flower is to hear the voice of the soul. So, ask yourself, which flower called out to you? What did it say? Will you carry its message with you into the day, into the world? Let us not chase fleeting moments. Let us live from the internal core within. Let us be the garden. Let us become the flower. And as we close this journey, we want to thank you for walking with us, for listening with your hearts, and to speak something beautiful within you today. May your path bloom with meaning and your soul continue to blossom.